The thing I like the most is that there's a lot of things to do even after the tournament's over. So for example, sometimes you have a bad tournament and you lose in day 1 or you lose in day 2, whatever, and there's still so much to do. So my mood doesn't really drop here. Like I always have a good time, so that's really nice. I think my group is pretty hard, but also I feel like all the groups are hard, so that's why I just think my group is like any other. I have a good feeling about it. I'm not particularly worried. I'm not particularly confident either. I'm just kind of in the middle. So yeah, I think it's all right.
Hey guys, welcome back to HomeStory Cup. I got another new face with me. If you're unfamiliar, we've actually seen this guy a couple of times. You may have caught him in some pictures we did in Toronto and some other events. But this is Sol, one of the best, if not the best, Polish Terran players. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, of course the best.
Yeah, of course. Because who was the other guy back in the day? Dystar, right?
Tarson, Dystar.
Was he like the? Yeah, they're all gone now at this point.
Yeah, but
you remain.
yeah, I always stay here at the good level. So.
All right, well, guys, we're gone from the losers bracket. We're now in the upper bracket. And so these guys have an extra life to fall back to and all that good stuff. We're doing Reynor versus uThermal. This is followed up, by the way, by Tasia versus Cyril. I think we've got the two best TVZs.
Yeah, myself, I think like it's good day to learn how to play versus Zerg, because we have really top Terrans.
Yeah, this whole HomeStory Cup was pretty stacked. But you unfortunately had a great showing yesterday at the start of the day. Kind of fell off as the day went on. If you had survived, and you could pick one of these guys to fight, who would you pick?
Reynor, I think.
You would be ballsy enough to go up against Reynor. You think you could take Reynor on?
No. But,
No. Okay, that's fair. But anyways, Sol plays in a lot of the stuff we do. You've seen him in many of the Ting tournaments and some of the show matches and other things we've done. He's a very talented Terran player, to say the least. And you saw that definitely if you watched Sue versus him yesterday. That was a fun series to watch. But unfortunately, falling out of the tournament, lucky for us, it does provide the opportunity to have him come cast. So thank you for joining me here on the B stream.
Thank you.
But right now, we are in the lobby for Lost and Found, guys. Sol is also learning the experience of how frustrating these monitors combined with these lights are. And as soon as this game's good to go, we'll get rocking and rolling. But I did get to talk with both uThermal and Reynor for a brief moment. That's kind of why the break took so long. I'd actually left to go find them. uThermal basically, with some fighting words, saying he's going to take down this young kid. And Reynor was so busy off-racing Terran because he didn't care about preparing. He was that confident versus uThermal. So I didn't know what to say at that point. I'm like, is this BM or is he just speaking his truth, right? But yeah, Reynor's looking really good right now. His tournament, his group, everything about him is looking fantastic. I think I hate it because I'm wearing my Liquid jersey. I'm cheering for Team Liquid, but I think Reynor's going to take the series. What are your thoughts?
I think myself, Reynor is very talented. Like he always knew what to do as Zerg, even when no one. For example, like he was the first player to really abuse the link rambice versus Terran. When everyone would just sit at home, he was doing that, and that gave him really good advantage.
Well, guys, we're hopping into game number 1. Quick response to the chat. Yes, Reynor got his medal. It's actually in the picture we tweeted out if you haven't seen it. It was a cute little moment yesterday. But we have 2 awesome players. Which one of these guys do you want to introduce?
Liquid Termi.
All right, you know what? That gets the job done. In the bottom left, of course, it's his opponent, the Red Zerg, the ever-talented Reynor. And of course, just a quick reminder, guys, A, this is the upper bracket now, so that these guys have a life to fall back to should they need it. And B, this is a best of 5, not a best of 3. If you're looking for the top bar, it's Control-Shift-O.
Oh.
I got you, man. Don't worry. Hold up. Yo, you looking for that?
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So, as I said, that might be a little bit easier to watch. I don't know. But we are getting into game number 1. And I'm so excited about this because I am cheering for uThermal. There's the Terran bias. There's the Team Liquid element. But Reynor's gone nothing but impressed me for all of 2018. And where's this old man been? He's gone to Mexico. Who cares about what he's been? But really, realistically, uThermal's adapted to a lot of patches very well. He's quick to take advantage of new things. And while I don't think he'll be like Marine Lord and rushing out a battlecruiser, he's definitely the type of guy to utilize the new stuff.
It looks like Reynor is playing very safe with his Overlord Scout around to find the proxy.
Yeah, I guess uThermal, definitely a guy who's willing to proxy, that's for sure. Saw some interesting proxies yesterday. Yours was actually kind of fun to watch too. The unscouted third Rax was kind of nasty. But
Yeah, like I know how the Zergs counter that with the drum pool, so 3x always beat them.
yeah, I think it was Kelazur was talking about the whole, they should have just done 3 spine crawlers instead of pulling drones and what have you. But while we might not see that here in Game 1, it's totally possible we see proxies throughout this series because uThermal's definitely a guy who's willing to get down and dirty. But they are playing in the upstairs staging area a little bit behind production doors, so they're not downstairs with the rest of the players warming up right now. So not too many distractions for them, hopefully. We've had a couple of issues with lag and here and there and these hiccups. I'm praying for a smooth series because this should be an amazing one. Even if this were to go 3-0 in either player's favor, I still think they'll be close games.
Yeah, definitely.
Reaper hops in for a bit of damage. It's getting dangerously low, though. Off creep, though, not a problem to escape. Queens, of course, are in a weird spot right now. They're still good defenders, 9 range, good damage, but the transfuse has been hurt a little bit. Do you feel like this has affected TVZ very much?
Yes, in every aspect of the game, because like when you just play too many Haras and you always can pick up some queens. And same with the Hellbats all in, like it's a little bit of comeback of Hellbat all in.
Yeah, Hellbat all-ins are kind of interesting too. Hellion wasn't really touched through the balance change, but the fact that you can't reactor out Cyclones to pair up with them now kind of changes up some of these attacks. But if I had to put my guess out there, I don't think we're going to see uThermal do anything weird like mech. I've seen some Terran players in this tournament pulling out some mech builds, but realistically, Bio seems to be the favorable option. A lot of Terrans made out of the group stage playing Bio.
Yeah, like after the Thor change and Cyclone change, for myself, I don't think mech is very viable.
I feel like right now Blizzard was like, all right, what do we got to do? We'll make the Thor counter carriers. That's it. Like that's all they do now.
Yeah, but that's not how it works.
Well, Thor's of course have, with their nerf, made a little bit away from Mutalisks in the matchup.
Fusion Core?
Oh my god, we might actually have this happen. I joked about it.
Oh my god.
But okay, I want to make this clear because we did cast games like this with Marine Lord, and if it is going to be a battlecruiser rush and not commitment, like it's just like a battlecruiser, right? You can totally play off the back end of this and go Marine, tank, and all this. You don't have to make this something super cheesy, and it's really strong.
Looks like he's going Bio into that.
Yeah, I love this. I really like this idea, actually.
Oh, no,
the Viking denies the scout too. He's not going to see this coming from a mile away.
Yeah, it's like looks like a fake stim.
Oh
He
yeah,
can't
swaps it
like
off.
away.
Oh my god, do you think he's going to play mech out of this?
Yeah, I think he'll go mech. When Zark think it's just
Do
Bio.
it. Make it happen. Yes! Battle cruisers! BC's in the chat, guys! Any explosion emotes you have, use them, because it's about to get gross. Now, I'm curious in your opinion on this. There's 2 trains of thoughts, it seems to be. One is teleport the battlecruiser across the map immediately, versus walk it across and teleport out. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, though. I never played BCs, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, I was casting a game where Future did this versus Cham.
I don't have hotkey on BC, I think.
You don't even have it hotkeyed! I hate you. You're my least favorite Terran right now. But I cast this with Future versus Cham, and it's pretty clear to me, Hydras and Queens won't cut it. They're just not the answer to the battlecruiser anymore. And, well, this first one's popping out in a second. We'll see if he decides to teleport it or not. I guess because you haven't played with it, you haven't seen it. The you know it moves and shoots now and stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
you know the changes? Okay, cool. Yeah, the move and shoot element of this is it's gonna be nasty. On top of the fact that this is so many Hellions, oh my god. He's gonna pull all the Queens away to deal with the battlecruiser, and while the Queens are elsewhere, those Hellions are gonna run in, so if he's not frying drones alive with the Hellions, he's gonna be murdering them with that battlecruiser.
Looks like he's not going to jump.
He might do it after. Yeah, there's the tactical jump.
Oh.
Oh, this is gross. The Hellions can kite back, and the battlecruiser can kill those Banelings. The Banelings, try to get some connections.
He has the Yamato one?
No Yamato. Not researched, unfortunately. But see, this is the danger. When you fight like this, you might lose a battlecruiser. A little bit slow to pull away from these Queens. Hellbats have got to keep them back. 10 health of that battlecruiser. 4 health, that goes down. That's 400 minerals. 300 gas. Gone. This went from being a really great attack to very costly for uThermal. I don't think it did enough.
I think if he will save his DC, it might be.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Well, he's got another one coming. So it's not the end of the end, but that was a terrible start for him.
I think Reynor should go Spire immediately.
Well, he's investing in ranged weapon upgrades. He knows this too. I spoke with him about his thoughts on the new battlecruiser change. He told me that he thinks we'll see a lot more of them in the future. But this is something where I'm not. Oh, well, wait. What? Magfield Accelerator? Okay, so if uThermal's predicting Corruptors, that's actually a great upgrade. But
Yeah.
I don't think Reynor's doing Corruptors. No, he's quadruple Queen production right now.
Yeah, right now, versus the Reynor composition, it's not very useful.
Some people are, sorry, I'm just going to explain this really quick. Some people in chat are confused about what happened. He teleported in, so it was on cooldown, guys. He didn't have an escape, and that's the danger. You get across the map faster, but then you don't have a safe escape, and that's why that battlecruiser went down. That is so expensive to lose. Oh, Banelin's going to hit these Hellbats. Not bad. Could repair that. What do you think about the new Widow Mines?
Oh, yeah. They are very good because you can just borrow them everywhere, and they always catch the link rampage.
In Group A and Group B, I saw 0 Widow Mines all day. Group C and D, all Widow Mines.
Yeah, I think it's because of the preparation. Like, people want to play the thing they practice most. So.
Well, here's another battlecruiser heading out, guys. And, I mean, it's still... The first one was a letdown. Let's not pretend like it wasn't. But it's still a powerful unit, and this one's going to have teleport to escape, so we shouldn't make that same mistake as before.
Because we will have Speed Banshee and Cloak, I guess. Because of the 2 starports.
I mean, I would love to see some Hyperflight Rotors. That'd be a crazy follow-up to this. But the Cyclones have bonus damage versus armored. Anything they lock on, it's 800 damage over 14 seconds. It's like 40 damage a shot or something. It's incredible. Battlecruiser sits in the front line, but he's a little too close. Still no Yamato cannon. That would be so good to have for this engagement. Reynor holds. Reynor holds against both Cyclones and Battlecruisers. He pushes back the patch. What's the opposite of a patch Terran? Because that's what uThermal is right now.
I think if you want to hit first DC, it might be somewhat better.
Yeah. The compounding interest of how much this cost him is kind of showing through here. Now, Hive Tech starts up behind this, and this is going to open a lot of doorways for Reynor.
Oh yeah, we have Speed Banshee right now. Upgrade.
This is still not something I'm super faithful in. Just so everyone's aware, this upgrade's a little bit faster and cheaper, but other than that, serves the same purpose. Banshees move incredibly fast. They can outrun Overseers, so detection should not be a problem. But they're still weak. They can't actually take a fight head-on, right? Like, you can't just sit there and attack with a Banshee.
Yeah, also I think it's a big mistake to go Banshee because he already have 5 tech, like soon, and Vipers just... and Hydra just kill every Banshee.
Yeah. Well, this is doing a lot more damage I think uThermal wanted it to do. He is sitting on 60-something SCV still while this goes on. But the Roaches, they trade out.
Already.
Well, that, and they killed all the Cyclones almost, right? There's like 1 Cyclone remaining. Well, as far as what the Banshees can do, let's kind of go over this, because it does seem to be the emphasis of where uThermal's going. They're going to pick off a lot of the Ravagers and the Queens, but as you said, it's Hydras and...
Yeah, but like I feel they can surprise Reynor a little bit.
You mean a surprise from the Banshees?
Yes.
Yeah, that might work.
Oh no, it's 2 BCs.
2 BCs at a time. Still no Yamato Cannon researched. If you guys don't know, by the way, Yamato Cannon was nerfed in damage a little bit. It's only 240, I believe, now instead of 300. So it's harder to kill, I think, Corruptors? No, Void Rays is what the change was for.
I think they changed anti-air too.
Ooh. It's just a nice pickoffs on the Queens.
Oh yeah, we can see the transfuse.
We can see it not doing much, is what we can see.
Yeah.
Of course, these, if this is done well, can do a lot of damage. But the key thing is they can't stand and fight. They have to keep moving. If at any point uThermal gets lazy with these, they die. Ooh, that's a nice run by. Ooh, that's a really nice run by.
It's already like...
Not that many drones, actually. I'm a little surprised.
5 kills.
Still, though, deny mining on a base. Now he's going to get some more drone kills. Oh. That's going to start roasting it up. He's pulled so many away, though, anticipating this. Reynor was great reaction time. The bench just continues to do some pretty nice damage. While this goes on, though, uThermal is still bulking up battlecruisers on the other side of the field.
You can also look how quickly he's expanding uThermal. He already has 5 CCs and planetary.
It's a lot of orbitals. It's a lot of mules. Okay, just to be clear for everybody watching right now, if the upgrades were a little bit closer to even, these battlecruisers could probably hold off the Hydras. But these Hydras have +2 weapon upgrades, and there's nothing on the battlecruisers.
Spire on the way.
Yeah, I think Corruptors are going to be necessary. The top side here is looking a little bit weak. It's just depots. He lowers them even. Please come in. Nice abduct on the tank. Good pick off over there. Of course, if he abducts the battlecruisers, they can just teleport out. One of the things to really just emphasize about this, there's the move and shoot aspect to the battlecruisers, but the attack delay was removed, so it's a lot more consistent damage to come out of these when they get to fight, but right now they're not getting to fight.
Yeah, for me the battlecruisers are good only like big numbers. Looks like, but
Well, he's kind of getting there. He's coming up on his 5th one now. He's got some weapon upgrades coming finally too. This is really important because any unit in the game, whether it's Marines or battlecruisers, the faster they attack, the more they benefit from these upgrades. So uThermal needs to really get more of these cranked out. He's gonna be on 1-1. If you can lock on the Vipers, that'd be really great. That'll like what, 3-shot them or something? They'll go down very quickly here.
yeah, good though.
Oh, big abducts, grabs into the army. Battlecruisers fighting back. They still no Yamato. Yamato at this point could have picked off all those Vipers. I'm not sure if this is intentional or a mistake, but he's missing out on a really big damaging upgrade.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at his minerals. Like, he can afford this. It's not like he can't afford it.
I feel even his first push, the Yamato cannon, should help him.
Well, this is still going to get a base, actually. This is kind of impressive. Wrapping around the backside, the battlecruisers are already heading back to anticipate this. I gotta say, like, for both these guys, like, look at the resources lost. Reynor and uThermal have been playing toe-to-toe. These battlecruisers jump back home, not across the map, so he will actually hold this off.
Road runway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that uThermal is giving up of his upgrades. It's 1-1 versus almost
3-3, yeah. I also don't like that. That being said, though, it's I feel like a lot less about uThermal like forgetting an upgrade, right? It's not like, oh my god, he's going to lose the game because he doesn't have Yamato cannon. But Reynor's playing really well around this. I really didn't think Hydras could work. I've seen good players like Cham lose going Hydras versus battlecruisers. That's not what this game looks like at all. We've got creep spread coming up on uThermal's base as well. That feels really bad, man. Hydras, they're going to try to take the fight. Here comes those battlecruisers. Where's that teleport micro? Another battlecruiser goes down. It's on cooldown still.
I think he's doing well.
Well, I'm going to say debatable, because the Corruptors are still going to be able to break these.
They don't do damage to Corruptors.
So what was cool about this, though, right? You saw how many Cyclones he had. If those Cyclones got to kill the Corruptors instead of the Hydras, this would have been an easy fight for uThermal. But so many lock-ons went onto the Hydras and not the Corruptors. So really just losing out on that attack. And as you guys can see, Corruptors are just getting tickled by the battlecruisers. Like, what's the battlecruiser anti-air damage? It's, yeah, 6? Corruptors have like 3 or 2 armor, I think? 2, yeah.
Yes, it's 6 to anti-air, 9 to ground.
Yeah, so that's 4 damage a shot to these Corruptors. Not very good. I applaud uThermal for going for something new and different. This isn't like the group stage. This was definitely something he had prepared and hoped would work against Reynor. But this is not working against Reynor. But I think part of that too, again, there's like, you know that recover replay feature in the game? I think if we could have like recovered the game 10 minutes ago, uThermal could have played this very differently. But unfortunately, I think what we are seeing is the end. Just death.
Yeah, look at the supply. Too big difference, and it's hard to replace mech units, so.
Good Todd impression. Look at this supply. Alright, this is a slow, agonizing death, but it is going to be a death. These are really good at kiting, as you guys can witness here. One battlecruiser got some revenge. I mean, this thing's got 23 kills on it. It's really not too shabby, but it's not enough to win this game. Corruptors are caustic spraying, aka peeing, on a lot of these buildings. And that's going to even break that. 2 factories go down. What? What? Well, a Corruptor dies to lock on. How do you feel about the new cycle in the late game? Do you think it has any place?
Don't ask me.
Dude, you're master of the late game, though. That's why I'm asking. Like, you are best in the late game. Like, for you, are you saying, like, Ghosts are definitely still the better option?
Right now, I don't have hotkey on VC, but I think I soon won't have hotkey on Cyclone. So.
Oh, my goodness, Soul. I'm so glad you're here right now. Actually, okay. even you don't make it, you don't play it. My question still stands though. You see how powerful these are, right? 800 damage versus Corruptors and Broodlords and things. Or are Ghosts still the way to go in your opinion? Because I mean, you use Ghosts really well.
Yeah, only Ghosts. I think like the Cyclones on BC look strong, but to be honest, we always lose with that.
So you think it's better to stick with old-fashioned on this?
It's better to remove the hotkey, so.
Really adamant about getting rid of this hotkey, man.
Yeah.
I feel like, every time I cast a Zerg player, they'll make one accidental swarm host or something.
Yeah.
You're the guy who's like, no, I made one accidental swarm host, rip the key off the keyboard, throw it at the wall. Like, never again. Well, we could take Soul's word for this one because he's good enough that I would believe him. I want to see this lock-on go on the Broodlords though, so just how many shots it takes to take it down. Regardless, though, uThermal's still been dead for a while. He's the dead man walking. He's been on borrowed time. The Broodlords are just surrounding, which shouldn't be an option here. That battlecruiser's still going.
Hero battlecruiser.
This is an A for effort battlecruiser. Well, there's lock on that. Ooh, that melts that pretty quick. Goodbye, Hatchery. See, this is something uThermal was kind of doing, though, even before the patch. Like, he would use late-game Cyclones.
Yeah, but look how fast they died.
Yeah, I mean, 120 health. They're going to melt. GG's. Reynor, ladies and gentlemen, takes game number 1. Our very talented Zerg on this one. Well, of course, we don't know the maps, but they did do vetoes, so this isn't like loser's pick, and it's the old map pool. Actually, question for you while I got you, too. What are your thoughts on this tournament? Do you think you would have done better or worse with the new map pool?
I think this map pool is better.
You know what? Everyone has said that. There's not a single person who's been like, new map pool. Everyone votes for the old map pool. You just don't like it because they're brand new maps or because you actually think the maps are worse?
I'm not sure, because usually I play better on the old map pool. I always have like 1 week of bad play on new map also.
Am I the only one in chat supporting uThermal? Guys, I'm wearing a Team Liquid jersey. I don't know how much more support I can give on this one. Also, next to, I'm sorry we missed this about half an hour ago if you're still tuning in. Thank you very much for that 8-month resub.
Monkas.
All right. Hey guys, we're trying to see if they'll remake the lobby with, yes, the WCS mod. That way we can look at some cool stuff. But it'll be game 2. So, what big adventures do you have planned out for 2019? You gonna still grind WCS? Are you going to try and do more real-life stuff? What's in the store for Soul?
What? Because I was reading the chat.
For 2019, any big plans, or still just try and be the best Terran player you can be?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Soul. Great answer. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll get into this game here. This one is on the WCS Game Heart mod, which is kind of nice. Also, by the way, guys, I was talking to Roddy downstairs. I know a couple of you guys tweeted at me yesterday asking if we can get Roddy on one of these casts. Did put the request in. I think that they have him for some like a lot of main stage stuff, but Roddy also told us he'd definitely love to come back and pop in at some point. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to appease you guys a little bit later down the line. Are you in the lobby? You are. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting into Acid Plan for game 2. Thank you, Milty, for the bits. Spam this trainer to cheer on Reynor. No. Stop. Too much spam. Oh, yeah, that's Twitch chat, by the way. I'm sure you figured that out already.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Loading into game number 2. It's still a best of 5. That hasn't changed, but the one thing that has is the score. If you're just joining us, it's 1-0 in the favor of our Zerg. But kicking off these introductions in the top left side of the map, he's spawning blue. He's representing Team Liquid. We're still on the caster cameras for some reason, so I'm going to wait and just angrily stare at production. There we go. All right.
Congratulations, production.
Huh?
Congratulations, production.
Congratulations, production. All right, in the top left, he's wearing blue. He's repping those team colors. We have the blue uThermal. Whoa, that was weird. And his opponent to the lower right, going to be the red Zerg, none other than Reynor, who I love. He picked the name of a Terran hero as a Zerg player. Like, fuck you, Reynor. I guess, do you play against these guys a lot? I'm not really sure where you grind on ladder. Or are these guys like a little bit too high up, too low down? I mean...
We play custom games mostly.
Mm-hmm. Is that where you find the best practice, doing actual custom games or grinding the ladder?
Like, in custom games myself, I don't really play 100% because, I don't know, if you don't play for something like tournament or at least ladder points, I play the worst, I think.
Alright, that's fair. Do you have any strong opinions? Like, are they good practice partners? Or do they just win and you're like, I hate these guys?
I think it's all good.
I could update the score production, but I'm doing it at the same pace which you put us in the game. So, is that 3 points? 4 points? 5 points? Maybe 9 points. How about 69 points? It's 6-9, ladies and gentlemen, in this best of 5. Welcome back. As I don't know why I'm fighting with production. All right, thank you for the reminder. Yes, it is 1-0, of course, in the favor of Reynor. Too bad there's no 420 option. I've been told 420 is a very funny number. I'm not sure why though.
Looks like we have Hatch first again and Safe, Overlord, Scout.
Yeah, I like that he keeps doing this because it would be really bad to just assume that uThermal never 3 Raxes or 2 Raxes.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah. Even if uThermal didn't do a single one in the series, I still think scouting's the better option the way he's been doing it. But that first Reaper is heading on over. Nothing really to stop him right now, which kind of sucks. Couple lings.
Oh no. A good micro by Reynor. Trying to save everything.
Yeah, pretty good micro out of uThermal too, though. Like, he's not getting too greedy going in for that. Could get the Reaper caught. But yeah, build cancels. Drones live. They're almost dead, but they live. And it's way better than having to build a new drone, that's for sure. But not exactly slack, and he's got speed on the way. Third base, which is about to get scouted by uThermal too. What's he doing back at home? Swapping around.
Yeah, standard.
The battlecruiser part of that aside, because let's be real, the battlecruiser was... We'll put a question mark next to that, right? Mech versus Bio. Your thoughts?
Mech versus Bio.
I mean, you're more of a Bio guy, I know, but...
Yeah, because always when I try to play Mech, I just lose to some tricks or... I don't know, Mech is good to like 1 time in 5 games.
I feel like the way I've actually kind of described you a couple times is I feel like you're a Mech player in a Bio player's body. Or excuse me, because if you could turtle to the late game a Ghost, I feel like I've always seen you win, right?
Yeah.
But if you get stuck getting caught in the mid game and you have to do a lot of fights, you don't get to that late game the way you want to. You don't get to like turtle up, so to speak, like most Mech players do.
Yeah, I think early game and mid game is like kind of random.
It can be tough. It depends on who you're playing too, obviously, right? Because there's some Zerg players who would also love to just macro, let you go to the late game.
Yeah, also there's some problems like if you play as Terran safe, you're in bad spot versus standard players.
I'm a little bit sad too. I know the Ultralisk upgrade got some love. They made the upgrade time much faster.
Yeah, like 10%.
Yeah, haven't seen it all tournament.
Yeah, but because it's like nothing, so...
Yeah, oh, Ultras are still garbage, I recognize
like
that. But
trying to change something for this. They have to.
Yeah. What do you think about the new Neo Steel frame upgrade? Building armor.
Oh yeah, that was nice change, like...
I didn't realize they gave 8 for the bunker now. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, 8?
Yeah, they upgraded the slots for it.
It's 6.
No, it's more.
No.
That's what Kelazur was telling me.
I know, it's a mistake because there's the unit test map, you know? And if you upgrade the 2 upgrades and the previous one, because they didn't remove this from the map, you have 8.
Oh, so you mean it was different in the test map, but different in live?
That's a bug. It's 6.
Oh, okay. Well, even it's still combining the upgrades.
But it should be 8. It should be 8.
Yeah, it should be 8. Do you really think it would make that big of a deal? What are you, proxy bunkers down with 8 Marines out?
Yeah, that's really good and fair.
I just thought it was really interesting because on Korea, we were kind of watching this trend where players are making less planetary fortresses and more orbitals.
Yeah, because they didn't play European Zerg, so...
Ah, okay. I love this meme, by the way, that the Zerg in Korea are so bad. And I guess with Sue and Rogue being out, that's kind of true. Ooh, shots fired. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to offend your heroes. I like Sue. I like Rogue. But, okay, as the Hellions continue to wrap around... Oh, I've lost the mouse. There we go. So the Hellions continue to wrap around. This might be the end of the mirror. Although they get some pretty good shots off, I must say. And if you get to the mineral line, have to clean up the lings.
Yeah, it's already very great for uThermal. Like,
just the cost of the lings he's killed, like very expensive.
And again, we have mech.
37 lings and 4 banelings died trying to kill this. I didn't see the Liberator go in, but it died right away, I guess, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think it looked very great for uThermal.
Well, Blue Flame and Magpul Accelerator. This is so funny. I referenced this with DeMuslim earlier. Back in the beta for Legacy of the Void, I remember DeMuslim would just beat every single player in the universe with a strategy. It doesn't work now because it's not the beta anymore, but this used to be really good once upon a time.
Oh, we have road play.
Yeah, you know, Reynor was telling me about this. He likes overwhelming Cyclones with roaches. He thinks that's like a good way to do it. And I guess numbers games do matter.
I think he will say 666 drones and go road roll in.
Okay. See that come down in a second. Guidebo in chat wants to know about the Cyclone update. Oh guys, this is too much. Just type !patch in the chat. It's got a full list of all the details. They changed a lot of units, and the Cyclone was changed in a big way. Too much time to explain what it does now. But okay, so far, you're right.
Yeah.
A lot of roaches. A lot of roaches.
He stopped drone production and going.
Do you think the fourth's a fake then, or just a larva factory?
I don't know, to be honest. But roaches are always good with that build. Because Terra never have answer on time, so you need to scout it and somehow make some defense.
Banshees and the new Cyclones, though, are like perfect for fighting roaches. Not fighting them head on like this, but kiting them, running back, and not sitting on the front line. uThermal, oh no. He really needs to take advantage of that lock-on, because of course, he has Magpul accelerators. Guys, that is 800 damage versus armored units. That is crazy if he can get this lock-on off.
But still didn't win.
I'd say Terran's broken, but Terran's actually doing pretty well in this tournament so far. Well, turning on the rocks is a good thing.
To starport again, the same style, with BCs.
I'm a man who can dream. I've been waiting for this for like 3 years, for this to be standard. Oh yeah, the sensor tower got changed a little bit too. Not in terms of like actual balance, but you can now see it, right, when you're placing it. Has that helped you, do you think, or do you just not care?
Like, I always just... Yeah, I think it doesn't matter because I always just place it and don't look, because you don't have time to think.
Oh, okay, that's fair actually. I can totally see it because I've seen you guys play. I can't play at even 1/10 of the speed, which you all over the screen like this, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Grandpa over here can't keep up.
And again, uThermal is going little upgrades, like it's only +2 or more.
The upgrade difference is so important. I mean, it doesn't matter that it's mech instead of bio. You still need to keep up on upgrades. And the fact that he splits it like this... Well, I guess this are upgrades we can talk about, right? The Cyclones don't need upgrades the same way every other unit does. So armor makes sense to focus on the armor.
Yeah, right now it makes sense.
But man, at the same time, it'd be nice to have a tank.
Yeah, I forgot that Cyclones don't need upgrades because they always use that spell.
Yeah, it's like an Oracle, I guess, in that way. He's doing a really good job doing that kiting, too. And the scans allow him to see up the hill so he can finish off those lock-on shots. I mean, he's even killing the Queens with them, too, which is great. Cyclones could not really do that so easily before.
The
Banshees.
No BCs.
Well, maybe BCs eventually, but yeah, Banshees for now. I'm a little bit confused on his choice to do it. I don't think the Banshees were that great in the first game to warrant doing it again.
They were too late. Like, I think they are now so much better.
Well, I was gonna say, he's got double the amount of Banshees now too, which is really important because he can one-shot a lot of things he couldn't one-shot before. Chat wants to know if lock-on is autocast. Yes, but you can disable it if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Transfuse does nothing with the Queens, which is dead.
What of the front?
Oh. That's a weird fight and then some. The SCVs get pulled in the back line. The Banshee should be able to save the day. I don't like that he pulled the SCVs though. That's 22 dead workers. I don't think they helped all that much. Like, he holds the fight, but I'm saying like he could have done this without pulling the SCVs, you know? 30 dead SCVs now. Yikes.
Didn't know about this attack was successful for Reynor.
Oh, he's gonna get out of there. Oh my god. Well, maybe not, because the Banshees will chase. Yeah, he should actually be able to finish off every single unit here.
He's going to expire.
That's a good answer for the Banshees. The problem, though, again, with speed, you know, you'll never be able to properly detect them, and that's always going to be a trouble. Oh my god. This micro is really good, too. Like, he's dancing around this well. How many Banshees is that in total, by the way? Not too many. What, 5 remain? It's so weird, too.
Oh, he's going to take the hatch. He's going to take the hatch.
Yeah, he should be able to, and if the queens poke up, those kill the queens.
If he won't lose his SCVs at the beginning, he should win already.
Oh, nice lock-ons on these roaches. He could chase a lot of this down if he wanted to. That's the pre-scan really working out well for him. Banshees will kill the hatchery. They killed a lot of those queens. Wait. There you go. Kills the hatchery.
A barrel.
Just so everyone is aware, they removed the healing benefit from the tunneling clause, but they still do burrow and heal a little bit faster than normal. There's a big nerf, though, on that.
Yeah, like versus normal roaches, the cyclones are so much better because they're armored, and ravagers are not.
That's a good point, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you shouldn't have roaches.
Or if you're gonna have roaches, just have them not on the front line. Corruptors are also armored units. That's gonna be terrifying if he sends those a little too far forward. Lock-on could destroy those. He's coming up on +3 armor, uThermal that is, and I guess it's worth noting it is, you know, it benefits the air and the ground, which is nice. But no damage upgrades other than the Magfeld Accelerator, which is surprisingly working. It's hard to criticize.
Yeah, maybe he should make upgrades for Banshee.
Reynor's income's still looking really good right now too, so he's not sweating too hard about this, but the boy does not have a bank. This is not a Zerg player who's got like 4K in reserve after losing a fight. Ooh, that's awkward. Yeah, run away.
Are Corruptors faster than Banshee?
I think they are, but the Overseer's not, right? So you can't see them. The Overseer is always slower than the Speed Banshee. Ooh, no.
Oh no, oh.
He just barely misses the scan with it. There's the beautiful Umbrella on a Reynor. He set that trap.
Oh my God.
Grabbed several of the Cyclones with this too. That was really nice. God, Reynor's good at this game. And that scan too, if that scan had just seen what was going on, that wouldn't have been a problem at all. Very unfortunate. It's almost like a bait. I love that out of Reynor. What's kind of crazy though is Reynor is not in a position to just win this game. Like, he should be winning. I think we can agree on that, right? But he can't break uThermal with like an A move. This is still going to take some finesse before this is over.
I really wonder how the game will look if he will have like 5 tanks actually. Like only 5 tanks.
Corruptors are going to keep those Banshees back. But the Cyclones get the job done. Oh, he's got to be careful. The Cyclones lock onto the... Oh my god, Corruptors go down. So we just watched a Battlecruiser shoot it for a minute. It didn't die. Watch the Cyclones shoot it for 3 seconds. Now we can kind of see what he wanted to do in that last game, but was not able to execute. You know what the problem is, though? No ghost means no nukes. So it's boring.
No nukes, boring.
Yeah, boo. You had a good nuke yesterday, actually. It caught 3 Corruptors, I think it was, as they spawned. I was like, oh, what luck was that? Yeah, nukes are... I wish they would maybe reduce some of the damage on the nuke, but make it fall faster.
Yeah. Because, like, we never... Or maybe... I don't know how to change that, but... I think it's hard to not make it too good.
Well, did you ever play when Starbow? Do you remember that Starbow, Matt?
Yeah, I know that.
I like the nuke there. It did very little damage, but it came down in like 5 seconds, which was nice.
Yeah, like maybe there should be enough to kill workers, but don't do damage to hatchery or something.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I have like half cost.
I just want to see more nukes. I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
You called down the thunder. Well, uThermal still sits on 4 bases, and until he's actually broken, like, he hasn't been maxed out pretty much this whole game, but it's fine because he's been fighting with what he does have and taking pretty good trades. Resources lost does not favor Reynor. He's like really far behind, but that's because he's had the money to lose. He's been able to afford all these losses.
Yeah, and Vanguard. Yeah, they changed something with fungal, but I don't know what.
Yes. So when units are fungal now, they can't be like they can't blink, you can't teleport, and you can't be picked up in a medevac. But you see, you can still move. It's not gonna lock you in place. I think it's for me that change felt so targeted to stalkers more than anything else.
Yeah, but new reason why I still don't play DCs.
Well, in that case, you would just neural parasite the battlecruiser, right? Like who?
Yeah. Oh, healing tanks. Why? You think it's going better right now with the tanks?
I mean, I feel like it's too late, but at the same time, he's maxed out finally, so it's hard to say. Because he's not been maxed out this whole game, right? Like, he's constantly trading.
He's going sacrifice? I don't know.
That's a fungal. God, that's so many cyclones, man. That's so many lock-ons. It's ridiculous. If he kites back, Reynor can't win. But if he fights head-on, Reynor can totally break this. A good fungal growth, too, is all he's missing. If he fungals those
I
cyclones...
think he lost like 4 infestors to Banshee.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit mistake.
Yeah, I really can't see what I'm observing, by the way, this whole game. I don't know. This screen position is so... Yeah, I think a fungal growth could make this a lot more doable. And I think that's what Reynor was thinking, too, but it might be too late. There's that tank fire coming into effect.
Yeah, look.
Raven with the anti-armor, but the Cyclone attack doesn't benefit from that. Kind of like a pointless anti-armor. Well, I guess the Banshees will actually get a lot out of it, which is nice.
Yeah, look, the tanks are...
Oh, he breaks him. He breaks the front line at least. Reynor's going to remax off this, and he still has a little bit more money to work with. 23 more roaches. Very insistent on sticking with roaches.
Yeah, as I said, they are armored, so I think he should make less roaches, but...
More Ravagers?
More Ravagers.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I don't like the composition Reynor is playing, like...
At the same time, I gotta give him credit, because uThermal is doing not standard stuff.
Yeah.
And he's doing his best to adjust, and I think there's no practiced game where he's played against people doing exactly this. He continues to expand. Worker count's still pretty high for both. Actually, what's the total? 36 SCVs and 15 drones. Kind of a low worker kill count, all things considered.
Yeah, I thought the game is over, but actually... It looks like uThermal has advantage right now.
Still trying to do lots of damage where he can, whether it's Banshees or Hellions running by. I like it. I admire it. He's got more Banshees pumping, and back to the point of tanks. This is why I don't like the tanks. +1 weapons. It's so late to the game. If these were like 3-3 tanks, maybe, right?
Yeah, like, I was thinking of that, like 5 tanks, good out guys. And rest Cyclones.
Chat says the Cyclone's freaking sick. Yeah, if you're a Terran player, you're probably really enjoying this, but if you're not a Terran player, you probably don't like this new change at all. Again, it is, as Soul has been bringing up, really good against armored only, though. So Ravagers really should be the ones on the front lines, taking the hits, not the Roaches, because the Roaches take literally double damage. Speaking of Roaches, big attack on the left side. This Depot Wall's not going to stop him. uThermal collapses on the right, though. Here's those Banshees coming into play. Broodlords are out! Ooh.
Oh, let's see it.
This is a spicy fight. It's a little bit hard to call. The Cyclones, if they can lock onto the Broodlords, they're just going to disappear, frankly. And they get those lock-ons. They pull it off. Oh my god, did he just break Reynor?
Yeah, that's a very good game about uThermal.
Oh my god. You say good game, I say confusing. He ties it up 1-1, and uThermal will not go down without swinging back. That's cool stuff to see. Well, we'll get into game 3 here. And again, we are just kind of at the whim of everybody because this is a live event. I know we're in this studio, so you can't see all the cool stuff going on like you can with the mainstream, but they're literally just out that door. And a lot of cool stuff going on outside, guys. Now, win 2 more. Thermi, yeah. Team uThermal right here, guys. I love Reynor. Bless Reynor. I still think he's going to win, but super cheering for uThermal, of course. I'm actually just double checking something. I realized I forgot to put us on Team Liquid today, but I think someone did for us, which was really nice. Yeah, we're on. Cool, cool, cool. Man, this is so sick. I actually love this for the viewership for this. Look at this. You got Take TV with like 24,000 viewers. That's not bad at all. Yet O-Gamer bringing up the rear with 5K, Crank with 4. I mean, we're trailing with 3,000 viewers. This is like a really great HomeStory Cup. Very glad that they got us out here to do this. So if the VOD ever gets watched, Dennis, thank you. Oh yeah, did you see the probe yet, by the way?
The who?
The probe?
Ah.
It has a mustache.
Looks great.
We put on the Zergling too, but he's I don't want to reach him. He's over there. Andale hermano. Solidus Dub, thank you for the 57 month. He says, when's Marbles? Marbles is on this computer. We may be able to make that happen later. We're kind of keeping Marbles towards downtime today because with best of fives, there's a lot of games. I don't want to get too caught up doing off-topic things, which is 90% of what Basetradetv does. I know, but just not today, guys. Solitas. No, it's not Solitas, Livy B fan. So I hate the way I love Livy B. She's one of my favorite people. She says his name's so wrong, it drives me nuts. Seatsuma, thank you for the 8 months. Damn, it's already been 8 months of subs. 8 months you've been flushing money down the toilet. Thank you. All right, let's get into game. It's map number 3. Things have been tied up 1-1. It's spawning here in the bottom left. We have the blue Terran uThermal. Making a lot of use out of those cyclones.
And there is Reynor.
You know what's great? These are still better intros than Reynor was doing yesterday. Raynor's like, he speaks English really well. He's very enthusiastic about talking about Zerg, and he's good at the game, but he's really bad at intros. By the way, we talked about proxies a lot getting to this point, and now we finally have one.
Yeah. And again, safe scout.
Yeah, I liked, you know what, I really liked what you did. Hiding the third barracks a little further back, making the wrong reaction, and basically mind gaming your opponent. I thought was the coolest way to do this. And for Reynor, who has been looking specifically for this, I feel like that would be such a sick way to play against him.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to play him, but...
Oh, you think you could out mind game him?
What?
You think you could like play mind games with him?
Yeah, every game.
Nice. Respect, man. Now, the Overlords were doing safe scouting, and they will see this, but a little too late. He won't be able to pull SCVs into it. I keep talking about the patch because a lot of you guys have not been fully up to date and briefed about it.
Found the proxy.
Yeah, you found the proxy. But the big change for this is the way SCVs build now, right? Like you can target the SCV over the building, so it's a lot harder to get a bunker up. We may just see that come into effect here.
Not sure if it's the big change.
Really? You really don't think so? I think it's a huge change.
Like, when you make a bunker, you're always supposed to leave with your SCV.
Yeah, you
when
build...
he's doing like that. Yeah, and then you come back with 3 Marines.
Okay, well he's already had to pull drones once.
Yes, and again he should like take his SCV back.
Oh, he's gonna let it try and finish.
Yeah, like he's going to lose his SCV.
Yeah, rest in peace. Juro, 550, thank you for the 22 months, dude. Well, the Marines have killed a couple of drones. It's still a problem because now we're going to have Lings and other things coming to back this up. It's no longer just drones. And these Marines are not where they want to be. Oh, no, uThermal. No, no, no. He's hoping to get inside that bunker, but... I got one. Oh, 2, excuse me. You got 2 inside. They're basically dead, though. And, of course, Reynor could actually just cover this, like stay on top of where the units are producing, and they'll never reach the bunker.
Yeah, I think it's big advantage for Reynor already because he has. Usually you should have like 5 SCVs more to have it even.
Oh,
if you don't kill hatchery.
He tried to run across the map. I think that's kind of a good idea. I was hoping that maybe this would be like lazy back at home, but the factory's done. Nothing's being built out of it though, so he's gonna have to pull some SCVs to repair. Oh no, Reynor decides not to commit.
That's weird. Ah.
Well, uThermal's going to use one of his barracks to be a Terran overlord, basically. Just head on up here to check what's going on in the main base.
Barrack scout.
Hey man, if it works, it works. There's a time, I wish I could remember which map pool it was, but Marine Lord, this is before he retired, obviously, he was actually building barracks like specifically for scouting, like a proxy barracks for no reason.
I remember the game. I think maybe it's good. Like,
I liked it. I thought it was a good idea because it's cheap, right? It's cheaper than a scan.
I really wish we could like lift engineering bay, so.
Because you don't like that.
Like, because it's so much cheaper. It's 125.
Yeah, that was weird that they changed that between Brood War and StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
I know a lot of like weird things about the game, but I don't know why they changed that.
Yeah, we should have that. Will the Hellion drop? Follow up.
Yeah, that could be pretty nasty. We'll see if that gets realized or not. Barrick's still just getting some scouting. This is nice too, because he knows there's no third base. It's just now going down. A little bit of a obnoxious block. No, it's the Overlord, not a Zergling. Excuse me. Well, he's not going to see the medevac leave, so he won't quite know the timing for this. But once Reynor peeks up to the main and sees there's still a reactor on the factory, he should know what's coming. Although I guess it's a little harder to guess with uThermal, right? Because sometimes he'll just go mech, but in this case, he should be very aware Hellions are coming.
I think he will see that with Overlord. But not sure. No, he would.
No, if he did, he would have been here already.
He has speed. Oh, no reaction?
Oh. Well, this is good for you. This is good for uThermal. This is great for uThermal. The Lings are already on top of this. They don't get to do the damage. The Hellions don't get to do the damage that they want to, but he's picking them off. This is rough. He's not cleaning this up very well at all.
Yeah, he saved Hellions, so.
And he should be able to get out of there too. Yep, nice pick up with the medevac. Great escape. 7 drones died to that, and a couple Lings too. That brings it down to 33. No third CC in the main though.
Maybe Hellbats.
I mean,
We have out of Hellions like 10 already.
Well, we haven't seen
9.
a lot of because Terran were doing 2 base all-ins for a while, right? You just lift the main over to the third base.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a very long time, but that kind of feels like what we're doing. Oh, except never mind. The third CC starts up as I'm saying that, so I take it back.
Is it good for uThermal? I don't know.
You know, the whole point of having like the pro player with me is because you're supposed to know.
Yeah.
I guess it is questionable because uThermal, he's not playing standard at all. And this isn't even relative to you. This is relative to all the other Terrans who've been casting in this tournament. Like, he's playing very differently. I'm not a big fan of mech, so I always love seeing something a little bit different. Seeing those extra factories come down, for example. I just wish we'd see more battlecruisers.
Yeah, I want to. And I like Cyclones more here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in BCs, but in Cyclones, maybe the hope is back.
Right, well, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you had to rebind a button, which button do you rebind?
Maybe I will try, like, but I will make 5 tanks at the first.
Do you ever off race, or do you just stick with just Terran?
I off race sometimes.
Okay, what race?
Zerg.
Ugh, disgusting. This Banshee's getting a little bit of damage, which is nice, but should most importantly serve as a distraction, because here comes that medevac once again with Hellions into the main.
An overreaction, he will lose everything.
Well, that feels bad. And I think he cleaned up the Banshee too while that went on, right? Yeah. But it's not over. We still have Blue Flame, Cyclones. You know, that was a much longer game than I thought it would be for map 2. But even with that in consideration, it did eventually work. So the strategy is sound. He just has to be able to repeat it again.
Yeah.
What race do you play, Rifkin? I play Terran for the most part. Funny enough though, my only tournament win I've ever pulled off was as Zerg though. Did you see that at all? The caster tournament?
No.
I mean, I'm terrible. I was playing in a group of like 3 GMs and I'm like
But why
masters.
don't pick Zarek? Free win. Why don't pick Zarek in a tournament?
Well, so that's what. So I play Terran. Everyone knows I play Terran, right? So what I did was at the countdown, I swapped to Zerg last second, and Coca. I was playing as Coca from O Gaming. He didn't see, so I went Knight of Swarm, Queen Roaches, and I won the game. I lost every other game I played, but I won that game.
Nice.
All right, Hellions are coming across. This time accompanied by Cyclones. I mean, even if they're not hitting Roaches, these can still do the lock onto a Queen and kill a Queen. In fact, the Banelings are kind of the worst part of this.
Oh, we have 2 starports again.
Yeah, but it's probably for Banshees, so I'm gonna be sad about it. I don't want stupid Banshees. He cleaned up a lot of creep and chose to back away. That's not bad, because it's not him committing.
Oh. But again, it's one upgrade only.
I'm just going to play Caster Chicken with you at this point. You know what that is? No? You never seen Artosis play Caster Chicken?
No.
Oh, it's where you just like be quiet until the other person talks. And then like see who's going to break first, who finally gives up and speaks.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, see, you lose.
So he's going PCs or not? No, but actually.
I mean...
I like that he changed his mind after game 1 to not going BC anymore.
No, I'm sad. I want him to go BCs. You have no faith, I have faith.
Yeah,
I am from the Church of Battlecruiser.
I feel like uThermal is like, let's try it for fun, for the viewers.
Yeah, because that's uThermal, the showman for you. Well, that is a lot of Banshees at this point, and I like that he's being proactive with them instead of being just AFK with them. Cleaning up creep doomers isn't very much of a risk, and he can do a lot to take away map presence from Reynor while doing this. You can't make 2 Cyclones anymore, ask chat? Correct. You now need a tech lab for the Cyclone, so you can't just pump them out of reactors anymore.
You have 4th base? No, I don't think so. No, there's no alpha base.
Oh, people, guys, I hate trying to explain this. I know, I'm going to just throw this out there really quick. I know the observing is subpar. This is not an excuse, but you have to understand these screens we have are really bad. The lighting is in our eyes. Like, you can attest to this, right? Like, it's hard to watch this.
Yeah, like, basically I don't see the top of the screen.
Right. or if you see the top of the screen, then you can't see the bottom of the screen. It's kind of a lose-lose here, guys. So I really do apologize. I know it's not great. I'm doing my best.
Okay, great.
Good lock-ons, by the way. Grab some of the mutas. Only 4 SCVs go down. That's not a bad trade at all, actually. That favors uThermal.
Why they killed them so fast? What?
Just because they don't have a lot of health, right? 120 health Mutalisk. 20 damage every shot from the Cyclone. I think it's 20. Someone else do the math.
Yeah, I wanted to see how they work. The mutas versus Cyclones.
Well, you're going to get to see again. Oh my god.
Yeah, looks great.
Are you sold on Cyclones now? You're like, I don't need Thors, I just need Cyclones.
I will try. Like late game Cyclones, maybe.
Hey, Liquidity C, by the way, thank you for the 53-month resub. Great timing, dude. Because we got Liquidity C with a Team Liquid player playing right now. Now, this is a pretty big fight. That's a lot of Cloaked Banshees. Even though there's something to shoot back, they're just dealing so much damage. The Roaches, in the meantime, are going to melt to the Cyclones. Raider's Swarm Host come in, but way too late. He just walk away from this fight. uThermal disengages. But not the Banshees. They're sticking in there for the long haul. Oh, God. I mean, the Corruptors might come out and deal with this, but they can just run away. They have Hyperflight Rotors after all, so they're moving very quickly. Oh, forget it. The Cyclones come in to lock onto the Corruptors, so the Banshees decide to stay for a little bit longer. The lock-on on the Corruptors, though, means these Roaches are getting on top of the Cyclones.
Oh my God.
And the Cyclones do not fight well, but oh my God, forget what I said. He just melted them with the Banshees.
Oh my God, that's...
This is the weirdest cross-counter I've ever seen, right? Like, you got the Cyclones for the Corruptors and the Banshees for everything else. This is ridiculous.
This style is maybe decent. I didn't know.
Right, you're like sold on this, and I'm sitting here just confused why it's working. Oh, uThermal, you crazy man. I've got so much storied history with watching uThermal's games over time. I love that this is what it's bred him into. Like, that this is the player he is now because of his past experiences. And this style, I gotta say, it looks good on this series and against a great player like Reynor, but I'm also like, GG. I'm also like, Reynor, maybe change it up. I don't know if Roaches are gonna be the way to go for the late game, you know?
I don't know too.
Well, either way, that's now a 2-1 in the favor of uThermal. This sucks because, by the way, if this went according to plan, I believe... Let me double check the bracket actually before I say what I'm going to say. But I think this means if Yeah, if Reynor does win this, ultimately, he could possibly fight Cyril in the winner's bracket semifinals. And, of course, Reynor called out Cyril after the group stages. I was really thinking that's how that would go, but if uThermal's going to keep winning like this, Reynor's not going to get the chance.
Yeah, they should have revenge.
Well, it's Cerulean Fall. Let's hop in. Game being hosted now. May I ask, guys, why not Mutas but Corruptors versus Banshees? I'm confused. Oh, did you guys not, sir, did you not tune in and see the Mutalisks? Because those Mutas did not do very well at all. Those died faster than the Corruptors, and they're not even armored units. That's kind of crazy, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he should try again with Fungal, maybe.
I think there's a lot of things he should try, but I'm really, to be honest, I'm just really not convinced on the Roaches.
Yeah, I would play like few Ravagers, maybe Hydras.
Get a Lurker or two down? Like,
No Lurker.
really? You don't think Lurkers?
No.
Because, I mean, to get the lock on onto the Lurker, you'd have to take a shot from the Lurker. And
You
with
sure?
only 120 health?
I'm not sure if you need to take a shot, but
Well, that's hypothetical, guys. I'm not going to pretend like I know better than Reynor, who is one of the best Zerg players in Europe. Well, we are going to see him try and fight back. It's game number 4 as we hop into Cerulean Fall. This is a best of 5, and Reynor's on the outs. But luckily, it's the winner's bracket. So if Reynor does lose here, he's not out of the tournament. He will simply fall to the lower bracket. But let's get into game. Best of 5s continue. Spawning here in the bottom left side of the map. He's up 2-1. We got the blue Terran uThermal.
who's going for proxy, of course.
Of course. His opponent in the top right, defending that proxy, will be Reynor.
I really like that in uThermal he always knew on what time he should do his best builds.
Like what? Yeah, middle of the series, basically. Do you think this closes it out? I mean, I'm pretty convinced watching those last two games.
I think because look at the Overlord. Wait. Not sure whether he sent his second one, because on the screen I can't tell. No, I think he might scout it. No. Yeah, he won't scout it.
Well, unscouted barracks are a terrifying thing. Yeah, he's sending the other one to the left. He's looking up here for the racks.
Oh.
Yeah, what's really important I want to highlight for you guys watching at home too, there's not enough time between games for like uThermal to go back in the replay and look at the Overlord pathing or anything like that. He's not metagaming this, he's just mind gaming this. And the position he picked this game, fantastic, because it's gone unscouted.
Yeah, but like on this map, I think it's easier to defend because of the
ramp?
Ramp.
Well, we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. The big thing, of course, is less about the barracks and more about those bunkers. Just don't let those bunkers get up.
Yeah, they are very far as well. Oh, he won't have Overlord to see.
Oh,
no.
If he does, it might get picked off. He can't afford to get supply blocked right now. I love the bunker on the low ground to cover the bunker that goes up on the high ground. Drones get pulled into this.
Let's see the great micro.
Yeah, we're going to. We're going to watch this great micro. There we go. The drones are just like on hold position. I mean, the beauty is, you talked about the ramp, but there's also the creep spread. It requires a lot less creep spread to cover the important parts. If he can stop that bunker from going up, he might just be able to hold, but he's got 2 spine crawlers on the way, and I don't think he's pushing it. Oh, he's going to push it, okay.
uThermal, great micro.
Yeah.
Yeah, uThermal is like, I think the best Terran with his micro in Europe.
Well, out of 5 Terrans, that's not that impressive. No, I agree with you. He's really good at his control. Spine crawlers have 2 base armor, so they don't take much damage from the Marines, which is great. That's why they're so good in these sort of situations. But Transfuse getting nerfed, not having Transfuse available either. That spine crawler is reaching far. He should be able to knock down this bunker.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't play hatch first every game.
God, the hatchery is getting awfully low. Can he save it? I think if he breaks the bunker, he saves it, right?
I think he saved. He
Yeah.
can't repair on time. Or no.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with you too. I'm like, maybe. But okay, the laser push
it's okay. Like the goal of the blitz is to like make some damage to get like better space for your Hellion drop.
Right, and of course what happened through this was investing in 2 spine crawlers is
Yeah,
basically the cost of a hatchery right there.
He don't make starport.
Of course not a uThermal. Just kidding, he'll make 5 starports, just wait for it.
Okay, he make.
Alright, other bunker gonna get salvaged. Barracks are both scouting. High ground vision on this side. Scout to the main with this one.
He starts speed, so the Hellions won't do anything. Yeah, myself, I think, looks like 2-2.
Jeremy says they nerfed way too much Zerg stuff at once, lol. Jeremy, you once upon a time told me you were a passionate StarCraft fan, and that I was the best. So why are you subscribed to Wardy and not me? This is a real question we should be asking right now. We shouldn't. It's HomeStory Cup. We're watching the game, of course. The Marines are looking for something. They'll get some of the lings. The fact that he grabs them while they're so slow is good. That's going to help out and reduce the amount they'll be here for the Hellions later. Grabs a Queen to go with this, too. Ooh.
Oh.
And the Overlords, excuse me, the barracks continues to scout. I really like this. It's a nice way to keep tabs on what's going on. Well, that medevac starts shooting across the map. She doesn't really have much to bring with her, though. More Hellions will be coming up with this soon. The creep spread, I like this tumor and the Overlords. He'll see those Hellions coming if they hit up to the main base. I kind of forgot the barracks was here. I'm like, what are they shooting?
Oh, Banshee?
Well, the Banshee will be interesting. We'll watch the Hellions for now. The wrap around. There's only a couple of Zerglings here.
Oh.
I like that he ignores the Zerglings, actually. He tries to get a couple of shots off on the drones. It's not enough, but he's grabbing some. Oh, the medevac goes down, though, so now these Hellions are committed. They're trapped. It's do or die. Hold position on the ramp. They can't escape.
Oh.
Now they're too low.
Yeah, though he don't have first CCs.
Oh, he's transferring back. Oh! That got a little scary. You know, he ends up trying to make this a little more cost efficient. It's not too bad for uThermal in that regard. But ultimately, like, that was not the damage you wanted to get done. Losing the medevac was so expensive.
Oh, and he's going crouch all in after that.
But of course he is.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to see a 3rd CC in the wall, and now he's really happy that he chose to go for Roach all in.
If he somehow spotted, you have Banshees, so...
Well, even if it's not a Roach all in, by the way, they're still good against Hellions. Where's that Banshee? Here she is. Ah, she's going up the right side. That should be a good damage. There's no sport. Oh, there's a sport crawl, but it's in the far side of the mineral line. I mean, he could just park his way over here and pick off like 5 or 6 drones if Reynor doesn't pull away.
Yeah, if he unbarrow it right now. Oh my god.
Oh, transfuse on the drone. That was cute.
But again, we have mech. uThermal mech.
Like, really wants more drones out of this. Yeah, mech's always. I'm always a big fan of mech. Gumiho really sold me on it, I think. I know it's not good for everybody, but some players play mech really well. If this ends up going to the same, more Cyclones, more Banshees, it's going to be on Reynor to change things. Because it's very clear at this point, his Roach style does not work against that late game. Cyclones are just too surprisingly good. And Magfeld Accelerator starts up, so Blue Flame to go with it. There's those upgrades.
Armory.
Get some Hellbats in the fight, that'll always be good to have. No Blue Flame yet, so these Hellions got to be a bit careful. Lings are roaming around the map. I gotta tell you, I've got a lot of faith in uThermal from his time playing StarCraft 2. Really didn't think he'd be the one squeezing Reynor, right? Like 2-1? I wouldn't have thought that.
I don't know, I think uThermal is a great player. Can beat anyone.
You look up to him and see your big bro.
He can win.
Yeah, I mean, from the position of what we've seen, I agree, right? Like, after watching Game 2 and Game 3, I'm definitely of the opinion uThermal can win.
I think he's most of the time unlucky.
Like
when he
Stefano,
was-
always in all ZVZ groups. uThermal unlucky.
Yeah.
Well, it is still just stuck to roaches for now. I don't like the lack of variety. Oh, I take that back. We have a Hydralisk then started up. Let's see how this plays out. Blue Flame Hellions are going to be so good at killing Hydras. They won't even have time to kill the Banshees.
Oh.
Transform.
Chance.
Roll out.
Looks like he moved out with 3 Cyclones. Always. And 3 Banshee. No, 4 Cyclones, 3 Banshee. Always move out.
Interesting timings. The Blue Flame, of course, helps a ton versus the Roaches, but they need to be here to guard against the Lings. That's what the Helmets are there for.
Do you think he should make Helmets? Like, maybe just get the lock-on units and poke?
You know what? It's hard to say because I thought that fight was going to win. So I might not be the best person to ask on this one, but Reynor holds, which is really important. He's on 80-something drones right now, so he's got money starting up, but he doesn't have the strongest counterattack. This is not that many Roaches. In fact, the Banshee's already pushing it back. Ooh, more Hellions on the left side. Not much here to defend. Oh, but he
Can be
pulls.
painful.
Nice reaction time, though. I like that he pulled away very quickly. I will say this. Reynor's creep spread is lacking. Not much creep on the map at all right now, and this is not necessarily his fault. uThermal's just been keeping up the pressure. There's been no time to lay those tumors down. A very low priority when you're fighting against Cyclones.
85 drones.
That's a lot of drones. What's his income look like? Oh my god, almost at 3K.
Isn't that too much on 4 bases?
Well, I didn't actually realize, even with this high drone count, uThermal's actually had the income lead for a while. That's very surprising to me, actually.
Another 2 factory.
Oh, there's the mules dying off too. Coming and going. Lock-on's gonna grab a couple kills, that's nice. I like the scans too, so he does keep the lock-on. Doesn't break. Still though, this is tough.
Yeah, I think he should like poke, micro, take some Fury units.
Right, like don't commit, just constantly like drag and pull, drag and pull.
Yeah, like... Look, like it's looking so much better for him, I feel like. Because you can't cut these units.
Focus on Pantry, alright, that works. It's hard to chase too, not just because of the Cyclones, but the Banshees at any point could just stop and shoot, right?
This composition must be really fun to play.
I like that you're just really taking this in. Like for you, you're like, okay, how do I play this and how do I do it better? I mean, honestly, what are your thoughts on like what would you change about this, or would you just keep doing what he's doing?
Yeah, like I would just poke with Hellion, Banshee and Cyclone, or maybe like Hellion and Cyclone, Banshee or other location. And then later I will like add more tanks because I don't know, I think it's harder later to poke.
Okay, it was a cancel, not a kill.
Yeah, like this, like look, he's on the 2 sides of the map. It's so much better than frontal attack.
I guess it's kind of like a player who drops, but you're just running in, really.
Yeah. You know, I feel like uThermal is improving in his games, tournament games.
Like each game he gets better,
like
you mean?
every game he changed something. At the first he started with BCs, then he realized that they sucks. So
Hey, maybe he just sucks, okay? BCs don't suck, okay? I'm like the biggest BC fanboy. Don't do this to me. No, but I actually agree with you 100%. Like he's been adjusting and getting better.
He's playing like 2 sides. That's why he's supposed to do.
And upgrades too, by the way. Something
yeah,
he's
now
not had in like every game.
Yeah, he improved every game. This is so sick.
Ooh, I like the idea of the abducts. The Cyclones die very quickly once they get grabbed in, but the Cyclones have killed so much. They grab. Oh my God, the Viper died so quick.
Yeah.
No way. He's running away, but all it's doing is allowing more things to shoot, like the Banshees, more Cyclones to lock on. Cooldown comes off, he fights again. Hello, tank. I don't know what you're doing here, but the Cyclones are winning this game. Siege up. There you go. Wow. I'm actually just gonna... Wow.
Yeah. I feel every time uThermal stops micro, the hit arm is just dying.
Yeah, that's where he just starts kiting again. I mean, I guess this is looking really good for uThermal, really bad for Reynor. But I'm just sitting here so frustrated he continues to insist on doing Roaches. I do like that he mixed it up, though. Roach and Hydra, much better than just Roach Ravager, I think. But if you guys are cheering for Reynor, you gotta send him your prayers, and do it now. I do want to remind you guys, though, again, this is the winner's bracket. So if Reynor were to lose here, he's not out of HomeStory Cup. He just simply falls down below. Nice pick up on the Overseer. Not that there's any Banshees left.
Oh my god, 5 bases. 6 soon.
Yeah, he's flying over with another one.
That's...
Feels good, man.
Yeah, feels good, but...
You don't get to do this very often, it's Terran. You only do this when you're really far ahead. Which kinda is the case. Not in resources lost, but in pacing and momentum. Like, we've hit this end game that uThermal's so comfortable with. Like, this is his composition. This is what he likes to play with. Reynor has the rest of this game to fix it, or he's just simply lost. Hydras are not bad. As we see here, they still fight the Banshees. Hydras were nerfed a little bit, of course. Yeah. A little bit less damage now. But still, very, very glass cannon. Very high damage output units. People said the new Cyclone would suck. I think part of it is...
yeah, I think it's like... Maybe only this scenario is not bad, but...
Right, it's the situation and the player. The Cyclone itself, objectively, I don't think is a great unit.
Yeah, like early game, I think it's so much worse.
Fire Fighting Freak, thank you for the brand new sub and using your Twitch Prime on us. Attacks on the right side here falling a little bit flat too. Look at those Cyclones go though, that's a lot of them. How much is he up to actually? I mean, this is so impressive because these are not reactored out, right? Like you can only build one of these at a time. 17 Cyclones, guys. That's 17 different lock-ons. 17 different units dealing 800 damage a shot, or not a shot, but over 14 seconds, ideally. But I like the abducts. I definitely think they're the way to go, but he's just not getting enough of them before they get targeted down. And then the Vipers melt away, and that feels bad, man. ESL McCoes, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Glad to have you joining us as well. Another base coming down. This is a man who's base on base on base. I'm really, do Ultras have 500 or 400 health? 500, right?
No.
Ultralisks?
No, yeah, maybe 4.
Alright. I was asking, trying to think and remember, like, could a Cyclone actually kill it with a lock-on?
Yeah, of course, because armored.
Yeah, that's that's ridiculous, right?
I think
crazy.
Should just go Broodlords or...
Even then, the Broodlords can still die. Like, it's a tough call.
That game he just was too little to supply.
MPD189 also just hit us up with a brand new sub. Glad to have you join on us too. Man, I have never seen a Terran player outbase a Zerg player quite like this, especially when it's Mech. Mech's the slower push. Mech is the turtle player, you know? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Didn't I have the same game versus Su? Like, I had similar game versus Su, but as well.
Yeah, but those are the Ghosts in a very different composition. By the way, armor upgrades are going to be finishing up here shortly. This is great because it does affect both air and ground units, of course. Transformation servos, too. That'll help the Hellions a little bit. Targus TV, thanks for gifting the sub out.
Yeah, he finally has good composition, I think.
You mean Reynor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking a while to get here, though.
Yeah, but he should have Ravages. Oh no, he's maxed, so he can't.
Oh, are they playing MC singing Let It Go out there? I was like, what is that? Who's singing? Oh, it's MC! I remember that song. Nice repair on the planetary to keep us alive. It's dealing a lot of damage, soaks a lot of damage, but unfortunately still dies. However, there's more and more and more bases where that came from, so not that big of a deal.
Oh, there's Rambai. Something is...
Banshees. Ooh, that Hive's low.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
that Hive is really low. But he can't quite get it, unfortunately. All right, good save out of Reynor. I can't even imagine how loud this is out there that we can hear it so clearly in here.
To be honest, I like this way of mech because it's so like interesting. It's not like old
It's
mech.
not slow, it's fast.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I think that's because that's always been the greatest weakness of mech, right? Like with tanks, it's slow siege up, and you don't get to be very mobile. And I think a player like you, who can, by the way, do like quad attacks, like 4 at a time, I think you would love styles like this. Yeah, I would love to see you do styles like this too.
Yeah, I will. Like, at least for fun, I will try.
I hope by the next time I see you in a tournament, you perfected it.
Yeah.
And I can be like, I was there when this was born, when he saw it for the first time. He licked his lips and he's like, damn, that looks good. All right, the Hive goes down. That's going to cut out on Vipers, which up to this point we're getting replaced fairly easily. Also, the supply block on Reynor 2 is a little harsh. Couple of ducks coming in. Banshee's still fighting on that front line. Hydra's already a problem for him.
Look, finally Reynor has a good composition and uThermal is like losing everything.
This is what I was saying though. He really did need like Hydras or something else, just not pure roaches. And I love this. This is working out so much better.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning of the first game.
Yeah.
You have Ravagers, Hydra, Viper.
Still being pretty active with the Banshees. Did somebody say battlecruisers? I wish, guys. You don't understand. Battlecruisers failed us so badly. Both in terms of hype and uThermal in game 1. Now the snipe on a hatchery. So going back to the way uThermal used to play before the patch, like he was doing a lot of Cyclone builds to run around in the late game because they were fast. They could get in, get a hatchery, and get out. That's kind of what's happening here, but to a much greater scale. Also, Flotch, my man, tier 3. Thank you for wasting money on me. Can I get some ace reds and some ace blues in the chat, dude? Thank you for the 32 months. 32 years. I'm assuming you figured it out, but that music is the sub sound. These Banshees are trading out okay. This big attack on the left side, scary as it is. The Cyclones lock on to walk away. Good trades, big damage. But Reynor still is starting to take better fights. Look at the resources lost. Reynor was so far behind for so long this game. He's actually leading now.
Yeah, like right now he should have tanks because you can't poke versus the Vipers, so his army is so much horse. He should. Yeah, looks like Hellion Cyclone Banshee is good at the beginning.
Well, he's starting to get some momentum back in his favor.
Yeah,
hopefully he doesn't overcommit. There's a big abduct there. Going back to the army graph for a second, though. Take a look at this, right? This has never been recovered. For the last, like, 5 minutes, uThermal's just been constantly stuck under supply. The Banshees are continuing to do their damage. How much has died this game, actually? Quick recap. 37 Banshees! 37 Banshees have died this game. What? When do you ever see 37 Banshees made in a game in the first place?
Oh my god.
You know what uThermal's doing right now? He's playing very much like TY. He's got 90 workers. Yep. I don't know if we're at the point where he can afford to sacrifice them, but I kind of wish he would. More army supply is always going to be better in these games.
Not sure, because you can bank, you can always either pretty much.
Yeah, but mules, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but usually you need to use mules to know where your army.
That's true. Scans are very. He's been using a lot of scans this game to keep lock-ons and stuff. Nice flank on the right side. Grabs a couple more of these Ravagers. Reynor has very little money to work with, and he's having a lot of trouble replenishing his forces. This has been a long, long battle, but I think the tug-of-war that keeps going back and forth is back in uThermal's favor.
Yeah.
And of course, that comes from his many, many, many bases that he has on the field right now. GG! Whoa! uThermal takes the series 3-1 over Reynor!
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy because it's uThermal winning. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
The problem, you know what sucks about this though? Now he has to fight either Tasia or Serral. Well, before we go to break, Tasia Serral's coming up next. What are your thoughts? Who wins that one?
Of course, Serral.
You think, of course? What,
Yeah.
3-0, 3-1, 3-2?
3-0.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I played him like before casting here. I played him like 4 games, and of course 1 off race. I lose, but it was close.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, he's so strong.
Well, guys, I want to thank you very much for joining us here on HomeStory Cup for the Basetradetv stream. We're going to go to commercials, and when we get back in a little bit, we'll have Cyril versus Tasia next up on this stream. So more TVZ action when we get back.